Thank you all very much for joining us.
Yep, I mean, we're going to have the side of Str8 Tilted. It'll be Sugar's, Dirty Brain, Azel, and Jagemino. This, I've definitely been corrected on this name before, and I definitely screwed it up previously. So if someone's in the chat that could tell me how to pronounce it again, please do so, because I will screw that up for the duration of the cast tonight. On the other side, we got Graphite. We have Karma, Clearly Insane, Kurian Obasug, and John J. Farias as the, well, Rockets will be in the hand of Jagemino. Oh my, that's going to kill me tonight.
Jagemino. I'm pretty sure Jagemino, but either way.
I'll go with Jagemino then.
Yeah, 2 kills. He's been a great performer, which is why we're mentioning his name a lot. At one point in time, Ford that was down there for Str8 Tilted. I think that's a little bit of a response, though. They had some points. They're the only team currently with some points, but they all 4 did die there at a moment. And still, even though all 4 were dead, Graphite has not touched that ball quite yet. They're still, I guess, trying to just get control. I don't know. It doesn't seem like we're in a mode where we want to score quite yet.
No,
There,
I mean,
the ball
that has been a thing in the HRL. I mean, it's been kind of weird, but people just like to kill people apparently. And yeah, I mean, they just shoot. No one touches the ball really. Finally, there's going to be some ball points on the board as Graphite is going to take the lead here, up to 20 points and counting as they're running away to the other side of the map with the ball. It does look like the Str8 Tilted is having a bit of a problem getting in towards there. They're getting shut down all the way there. I mean, Graphite is holding it in the back of A. This isn't even a common spot, but it's working out because they're just getting these cutoffs. Dirty Brains is going to get shut down from up top by Clearly Insane, who is clearly insane. He's 6-1. John J is 7-0 right now. So these guys are going absolutely crazy right now to start this one off, and Str8 Tilted probably not ready for this.
2 down, 3 down. Graphite taking a little bit of a loss here. They were able to get some points on the board, but then succumbing to the quite formidable presence that the rocket launcher, as well as the camaraderie of his teammates there accompanying him. Seems as though they're able to flip the script, get some time under their belt as Str8 Tilted is trying to answer the initial point lead that Graphite was able to acquire almost seemingly pretty easily. But, you know, now responding to that, Str8 Tilted, Jagemino is the only person alive. He's going to throw that ball out mid. Great move. He knows he can't kill all 3, but
Pretty good
maybe
start.
he can with the perfect. Yeah. Oh my gosh. He knows he can't, but maybe I don't know. Maybe he can.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really take a whole lot of damage there. He's on a killing spree right now, actually. He's currently 7-3 and leading his squad. He's got more kills than his entire team combined, basically. The ball's going to be out open mid. We don't have the rockets coming up for a little bit here, so this is still just going to be straight guns and stalker rifles, and maybe the shotguns. The ball will actually get reset after sitting out there for so long. And I mean, right now, 8-2, 8-3 being posted on the side of Graphite. These guys are up and slaying pretty hard. As Azel is going to get into a gunfight here, does fall. You can see it's still 47-31, so the point differential is really not that big. It's definitely closable for the time being. You do know these teams are going to continue to fight over it, but I mean, that ball has been sitting there for a bit, and everyone's perfectly happy just fighting it out with the guns for now.
They are quite happy, and I'm also happy too, because Graphite's extending their lead, or at least they were just in a position of scoring with that oddball in tow. But it's like the flip is going to be made. We got Suga's perspective as his team, Azel, is currently holding that ball. Oh, Suga's get caught down there in mid. Unfortunately, it's a death on the board for him. And still in a position of scoring, Azel is able to come through for his team and really milk that timer and kind of come back here. It looks like they're still in it. We're really close, kind of leveling the playing field here.
Well, this is going to be the stock rifle in the hands of John Jay, who's up to 9-4. The Rockets are going to be in the hands of Clearly Insane. Is going to end Dirty Brain's killing spree there for having to drop back away. The ball will once again get tossed out in the middle. This is Graphite now with the 20-point lead here, working their way through. They're going to get 2 down, though, so that should be, in theory, some more ball time. But no, it's actually, or excuse me, Graphite is behind. I was reading the score backwards. We're good at this.
No stress there, sir. But either way, I mean, Str8 Tilted has a great response. they've had a lot of the ability to come back, and with especially an oddball, sometimes the lead can just come out from under you, and now all of a sudden you're in a situation where you got to struggle. But they've been able to stay in it. They've gained the lead. Nice perfect there from Azel. You love to see this stuff. In 70 to 57 here, we're gonna see Str8 Tilted gain this lead and maintain it.
Yep, I mean, that's going to be 57 points. It's now 25-point differential, but Str8 Tilted is looking to extend it right now with that ball possession here in the back. It's going to be Azel working his way, trying to play gatekeeper. He's going to have the shotgun and will drop clearly insane with it. That's going to be a one-for-one trade. I think he's looking for the stock rifle to swap onto, but he doesn't really have the time because here comes the push from Graphite. Two are going to drop. They know where the other two are as well, as they're going to be sitting up there up top. And he's really just kind of ring around the rosy, trying to get back towards this ball. Carino Basket is going to end up getting dropped by Dirty Brains in the back, who's now up to 14-8. Clearly Insane is at 16-7 as well, but I mean, Graphite is just kind of being held up at the door here, as Sugars does have the rockets, got the double kill with that, and that was a big hindrance, I think, to the Graphite push that's coming in right now.
Man, they're able to still get some time here. Sugars and Dirty Brains still just changing roles occasionally. It seems as though they're allowing each other to milk a little bit of that time, and I think this is going to do it. That might be the point on the board that they need. Oh, yes, it is. That's 1 point on the board, and they just got to do that one more time.
Yep, round one going to Str8 Tilted. I mean, they trailed for a good portion of that round. They're behind by I want to say about 20 points for a pretty solid duration, as they do end up getting towards, I believe that's Sugars who got the rockets off the rip as well, so that's going to be an early start. He does pick up the kill, does drop though. There's still one in the chamber here, as his teammates are trying to follow up on some of this damage, as they're going to find one. That is going to be the shotgun in Azel's hands. Going to go over towards that ball, but I don't know. I mean, they should be communicating to the team that there's still a rocket left, so somebody on that team should be retrieving it. Of course it's Sugars. He's going to be here with that. Does a significant amount of damage on top of the kill, and that's a great hold up. I mean, he's just delaying everything right now.
Really love to see the fact that Sugars can lay it down with the rocket in tow. Two players now down on the side of Graphite, giving Str8 Tilted yet more of an opportunity to gain a little bit more of a lead, and we're heading toward their second point. So if they're able to confirm this, then I think that they're going to end this first round with a pretty impressive performance.
Definitely, the players are going to be scrambling here around. I mean, it's Str8 Tilted out to an early lead once again. Graphite will get their hands on the ball, as Azel's going to get dropped on his way in, as it's going to be now back in the subway. That might be a really nice nade, but unfortunately they're not able to follow up on it. Does end up falling, so Karma's going to be in possession of that ball, currently with all the ball time basically on the side of Graphite. He's just your designated ball guy. You're going to see him in the back is going to be working and holding on to that right now, as Str8 Tilted is kind of getting stopped at the door. They're just getting stuffed here, trying to enter from the front. They're going to pick up a kill on towards John, but two have dropped. And that's going to be clearly Insane falling up on the damage, so the trades are there. Communication is pretty on point here from Graphite.
43 to 22. They have gained a pretty decent lead here. After the response of initially, they actually didn't have any points, and we saw 20 points on the board from Str8 Tilted. And now with this, Karma goes hard. I mean, he's not wrong. He does go pretty hard. He just died, and that ball will be given into the possession of the other team, and he is back in the backside of it. Ooh, with the rockets, that looks good. That looks kind of good, but it didn't kill. That's weird.
Yep, I mean, you're going to have Judge Emino. It's going to be 16-14. Dirty Brains 18-13. On the other side, clearly Insane is very insane. He's 24-12, posting a 2 KDA here, as this team is going to take the lead. The ball will be in the possession, though, of Dirty Brains, so they will be taking that over. Probably going to get up to the lead change here, as they're going to pass the 54-point mark, and this is going to be another break needed by Graphite. The rockets have been used up, so you have no instant kill power weapon left on the board. It's just going to be your guns, it's going to be your shotguns and nades, and that's going to be a nice start, picking that first one up on towards Dirty Brains. Sugar's going to be in the back with the shotgun, finds one, he's not able to find a second. Jargemino's going to find two, looking for a third. He's not going to be able to finish it off, as Karma finishes him up with the BR. And that now is going to be the side of Graphite with that ball. The Sentinel Beam is out here at close range. Does a lot of cooking with it. As he's able to put in a second, he actually gets the trade on with the second player as well. So that was a huge two-piece there from John, and a great job of stalling.
Man, tonight's matches have been really good. This has been pretty neck and neck. You know, Graphite's thinking they need to tie this, though. You know, they think they need to see this point through to completion and then really need to do this again next round. But, you know, they keep giving up this ball, man. Str8 Tilted's able to grab this and milk some time out of it, and they've been able to stay in this as well. I mean, this is pretty cutthroat right now.
I mean, it's just the ball drops, and Str8 Tilted gets a few seconds on the ball, and then we repeat. It does look like John does have the rockets along with the ball, so you want to pass that off to somebody else while you get this power weapon in your hands here. Gonna find one on Ashugas. He's gonna explode and fly across the map, looking for the second as well. But this ball now is gonna be ticking. This is gonna be 75 points and counting from the side of Graphite, but they're gonna lose 2 on the ball. The ball player goes down. It's just gonna be John. He drops. Clearly Insane is gonna be the last one alive, and there's 3 players here to contend with. And he's gonna drop as well, and that will be the ball in the hands of Str8 Tilted, and they're gonna book it now towards the subway here, towards train station, and this is where you're gonna hold up. And now it's gonna come down to this one break from Graphite. You're gonna lose the lead, and now you have to hope that you don't lose the map off of this.
A little bit of a streak here, as Str8 Tilted's able to kind of come through pretty strong. They want to confirm this win. They want to get Oddball done with. And if they maintain this for just a few more seconds, then they're going to be able to do exactly that. We see Enzel. He's going to get some shots on as right above Oscar. Forces the Graphite team to jump off of the balcony and then rotate. Still, the ball is in their possession, and they've been able to prevent the Str8 Tilted team from confirming this win.
Yep, I mean, that's going to be 91 points and counting, though. Dirty Brains is going to take it right into an enemy player, actually, with the shotgun. Karma wasn't able to was able to finish off that kill, but he's going to have a player from behind. That was the ball again. Everyone's fighting in mid right now, but the ball is currently in the hands of Judge Emino. Up top, he's going to book it over the edge. Going to toss the ball off to try and rotate. He's going to go down. They only need 5 more seconds here. Dirty Brains is trying to rotate. It's a relay race, basically, the ball being handed back and forth here. They do end up all going down, though. That's 4 dead for Str8 Tilted, so Graphite has the ball, and we're going to see where this goes here.
I mean, it's down to the wire here for both of these teams. This point, both teams have a lot to lose, because if you know, if one wins, then the other's lost all the time toward the progress of this point. But with the ball in the possession of Graphite, that's going to do it. They're going to be able to stay in this, and we're going to see round 3 here in the first game of this series of matches here between Str8 Tilted and Graphite.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they stayed alive. Graphite now is going to have to work off the momentum and to be able to carry that into this 3rd round. I mean, it was so close at the end. They were 5 points away from losing that. And this isn't really the hot start that you wanted either. Azel's actually going to go down with the rocket launcher. He ends up falling after picking up a kill with it. And you can see Graphite is looking to try to pick that one up as well. Clearly Insane is at 33 kills. John's at 31. Graphite definitely doing well in the slaying department here on the board. But it's still 1-1. And they are currently down 20 points and counting right now.
Early scoring in Oddball can cascade into a quick defeat if you're not careful. And I think we're seeing them exercise a little bit of caution, but the ball was able to get out of PD, and it seems as though they're able to continue this scoring. So, you know, Graphite's not out of the woods yet. I mean, this could be rough if they don't do something about this soon.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Sugas is just, with that ball, hasn't really let it go. 37 unanswered points now. And Graphite doesn't have a rocket to kind of break this setup. They just haven't been able to break through the front door. Dirty Brains, I don't know how you win that one. Somehow wins that. And the rest of his team, though, is beginning to fall. Azel's going to drop. Karma's going to trade out, though. And it's all going to be on Dirty Brains, who somehow is still kicking. Picks up another one. Picks up the ball. Finally goes down. But, I mean, that was just... It's the Dirty Brains show at this point. He's doing everything.
Dirty Brains. Maybe he just has something naughty on his mind. Great lead here,
plays
though.
dirty. There's a few options. There's a few options to consider, right?
I like the name though. It inspires some creative thought. 3 players down the side of Str8 Tilted. That's going to leave the first opportunity that Graphite's going to get some points on the board, and they're going to prevent themselves from at least ending with nothing this round, or at least so far that appears to be their intention. Still getting scoring though, and they're got the ball up. Ooh, nice shot from the Rocket. Wow, 3 players down on the side of Graphite. That doesn't let them get very many points before the enemy gets the ball back.
Yeah, Karma's just going to get run over there on the balcony. Down he goes. And this is going to be Suga's picking up that ball once again. He's basically your designated ball player, it seems like, other than Dirty Brains. And they're going to cross the 50-point mark in counting. So Graphite needs to play a bit of cash up here, but first you got to break through the setup, and it's pretty hard when you got Jajemino with a shotgun. Is going to be there greeting you at the front door. Finds a second as well. Knows there's 2 more. Finds a third. Not able to find the 4th player. It was just a little too much, I think. But Karma is now just going to be left all alone because Jajemino just kind of decimated his team. But they are going to hold it, looks like. Dirty Brains is going to be the next one up, coming through the tram, trying to get over here towards this ball. His teammates are going to be there for the help. And that does mean Graphite is going to be out, crossing on the other side of the map. They got a road to go here as well.
I swear, man. I mean, they've been pretty consistent that they're gonna just grab this win with force. Another double kill on the board, 2 down on both sides. Looks like he's gonna be able to get away, moving up toward Oscar, still getting time, approaching this victory here. Just, I mean, not far away at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's 84 points. I mean, Str8 Tilted just has not let them back into this game. And despite the kills being significantly in favor of Graphite across the board right now, they just have not had the ball possession. They're finally going to get the ball. This is going to be a good amount of time for them as Str8 Tilted is going to have to regroup and get across the map here. As they're going to sneak up one on towards John here. It looks like Sugas might not have even seen him and doesn't even look at his direction. Doesn't even bother with the guy. Just says, nope, don't need to deal with you. I've got bigger problems, and that is supporting my team on the other side of the map. And it works because he ended up helping them break through, but clearly Insane has a rocket launcher and says, nope, you're not going any farther than that. And here, I mean, the points are still continuing, and I mean, this is going to be a massive lead to be blown by Str8 Tilted if they lose this round.
Man, I said I swear, but and then I was like, by the moon and the stars in the sky. I mean, Str8 Tilted is gonna do something amazing tonight. I think if they can come through and get this final win. It's tied right now though, 1-1 in this oddball match at Streets between Graphite and Str8 Tilted in the season playoffs. Here, season 5. Signups are coming soon. I'm seeing some talk in chat. You know, there's some people interested, maybe thinking about joining. Even if you don't have a full team, you can join the mixed division. And you know, there's a few different divisions. You can, you know, you'll be with people that are about your same skill level, and you'll be able to play in a professional environment, a professional setting. You know, and you know, if you get lucky, you'll be the people playing that we're commentating and providing this awesome content for. On behalf of Halo Rec League, guys, thank you all so much for joining us in Season 5 playoffs, 67 to 84. As we're going to see Str8 Tilted still with this lead, but Graphite on the response as their deficit has been minimizing this entire time.
I mean, yeah, we got to keep in mind, at one point, Graphite was down, I think it was 14 to 84. And they've currently brought it all the way back. They're about to pass and take the lead. And right as I say that, nope, no lead. As Jajemino comes in, smacks him in the back, takes that ball. And now it's going to be just down to Clear and Sane. But no, he's going to drop. It's down to Curry and Obasu. He's going to be trying to get in on towards this ball. Jajemino's not going to get around the corner in time. He dies. 3 seconds to go. They're going to grab the ball. That is going to be it. Str8 Tilted. Azel's going to pick up the ball at the very end. They're going to take it 2-1 after blowing a giant.
This is Challenger Premade division. Here we're in the playoffs too, man. These matches have been good. Thank you all so much for joining us as we progress here to the second match in tonight's second series.
That was Sugas with the active camo. He just popped it and died. So that's going to be the active camo eliminated off of the map. The Slayer off the rip. I mean, we're going to be on board with Dirty Brains. Definitely one of the Slayers that you have to look out for. On the side of Str8 Tilted, he's going to run into Clearly Insane, who's the other hotshot in this lobby, as he's the lead Slayer as well. For Graphite at the end of that map, as it's going to be Jajemino as well. gonna go down though. He has to phase 2, and it's going to be Graphite coming out on top. So early trades definitely going in favor of Graphite here as they have a 6-2 lead off the rip.
6-3, man. I mean, that's a decent little lead. Let's see exactly what let's see exactly what they do to maintain this lead and continue throughout this series. I mean, first win under the belt, though. You know, Str8 Tilted is gonna kind of come out of this with a little bit of a polish under their belt. So let's see what they can do here as they approach the second match here in Team Slayer at Aquarius.
That's what you're going to see. The shots are going to come through. That will be the heat wave up on the ground, picked up in hands of Dirty Brains. Definitely one of the players you want to have that in their hands. Going to do a significant amount of damage to one. Going to be followed up by Azel, though, and he's eventually going to fall as he bites off a little more than he can chew. But this is the team. It's going to be Str8 Tilted just rolling right through, and look at that. We are tied at 10. Oh, no, never mind. We were tied at 10, and then that's now a 2-point lead here for Graphite here as they are going to go up to 12. But, I mean, Str8 Tilted definitely keeping it close right now.
Decent little exchanges. This is a Team Slayer match, so you know they need to come out on top. They need to be there for one another. We see a lot of assists on both sides early on in this game, which is an indication that they're there for one another when they get into these engagements. Dang, 3 down on the side of Str8 Tilted. Doesn't really help for the current trend of Graphite being able to have a response to this early on here in this Team Slayer match at Aquarius.
Nope, not at all. I mean, we are going to be, they're still charging forward. It's going to be 19-13 now. The lead is extending as the players are going to be caught. I mean, this is 2 kills basically. Dirty Brains are going to fall. Sugars is going to fall. The 4 guys are just kind of trapped in the corner. And we're going to see a lot of these players are moving around the outside. Joe Gemino is going to be catching one inside. He's going to get the double. We're looking for more. Fortunately, he's going to go down, so not able to get enough. But we are going to see a fight continuing. It's going to be Dirty Brains picking up some kills right now for his team. And he's going to take the fight to John. Takes him down as well. So there you go. This is, the comeback is slowly going to be there. Str8 Tilted playing nicely together. They just got to keep this up now.
The repeater is such a surprisingly formidable weapon to use. Like, it drains the shield so quickly that it's really worth it. Just to make sure that if you're using it, that you have a teammate with you who can finalize. Because then, you know, get a teammate involved, and then that game is just absolute. That weapon's absolutely legendary.
Yep, no, definitely. I mean, it's 22-25. That gap has closed significantly here. That's going to be a kill from Dirty Brains again, who's up to 10-5 right now. On the other side, you got Clearly Insane at 7. Karma goes hard 7. John at 9. So these teams, they're still keeping it pretty together here in terms of points, and keeping it relatively even across the board. But I mean, every time Str8 Tilted gets close, Graphite just seems to pull away.
Man, 3 down as well. Str8 Tilted. There's quite a few opportunities there for them to have maybe had a better lock on that situation, but still coming out on top. We see Graphite still in the lead.
Yep, definitely. It's going to be a lot of teams, or a lot of players are going to be working on the outside. The camo will be in the hands of Carino. He's going to be working his way towards the back, trying to support a teammate here. It's going to be Dirty Brains picking up one, and the other player is going to have to back away as his teammate is going to charge forward, though, but they're picking up all the kills. 3 go down here from Str8 Tilted. The players are all going to drop off the board, and that is going to be, again, a 9-point lead here coming out of Graphite. They are holding strong through this map, and, I mean, Str8 Tilted is putting up a valiant effort right now, but it just doesn't look like they can hold up right now. They're not able to keep up with the slaying coming from the other side, and it's just not going very well for them, really, right now.
3 players down on the side of Str8 Tilted. That's going to give Graphite another opportunity, but wow, 3 players also down on Graphite. What an exchange there. Man, so many deaths in just such a small amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's still 9 points. The lead is still being maintained by Graphite. It's going to extend even farther. Str8 Tilted is kind of running out of time here. Sugar's going to have to work his way back up to the base. They're trying to regroup as a team, try to figure out where they're going to go and where you want to make your next move. But, I mean, Graphite just might not give them the opportunity here. The push is still coming in. They're just spread out all over the map. And the map control basically held by these guys is fantastic here. The shots are going to come through. I don't know how John wins that fight. There's like no reason he should have won that, but still he somehow does. Has the heat wave in hand. And honestly, that gunfight was basically just kind of a summary of how things have been going here for the side of Str8 Tilted for this map.
Those dynamo grenades are so cool, man. I love that as an addition.
You love the little tick noise. It's great.
Yeah, it's not. I like them as even just information because you throw them and bounce them off a wall, or throw them into utility. And if you have any dings, then you know that someone's there. That's at least confirmation, and they're at least a little hurt. So you have maybe a little advantage. They're just a really interesting tool to use, and seeing that creative utilization of them is always something that is an opportunity for us as players when we're watching these events. We can learn little techniques and little tricks that you can do to kind of cut corners and get the advantage next time that you're the one playing and you're in that situation.
100%. I mean, we're going to see the next move here is going to be coming from Shoga's pushing forward. He eats a nade, though, and trying to just stay alive. But no, John's going to pick up 2 there. They lined up for him. And that's going to be 45 to 37 now. It's an 8-point lead, so it has gone down a little bit. But still a lot to go. Dirty Brains is going to do what he can here to try to pick up as many as he can, but his teammates are just falling around, and nope, that's a nice perfect there. But 3 more kills until the map is over and we head to a live fire stronghold. So we're gonna see how much more they can get out of this, and who knows, maybe maybe we get a last minute Str8 Tilted comeback. It would be fitting for Chumps.
Wow, Dirty Brain stepping up to the plate with the final few moments of the game here, as Graphite's very close to confirming this. Shots on here as Jaja Mimi might be the last one down, and yes, folks, that's it. Confirmed. Graphite
had a great map too, clearly. And now it's going to be strongholds, where a lot of it is going to come down to just how you're going to rotate around the map and how you make those decisions as a team. And that is going to be so critical. And right off the rip, Ezel's going to have this, he's going to have the sniper, and then he doesn't because it drops right out of his hands. Clearly Insane is going to fly through with 2. So right off the rip, Graphite putting a statement down on the board.
Rest in peace with that grenade blowing up in his face, unfortunately. Still no points have been gained. No territories, non-neutral territories, have been captured yet, at least. And yeah, this is the 3rd game of the series. We're going for a tiebreaker here. We are definitely going to see the 4th game of this series here between Str8 Tilted and Graphite as Season 5 continues.
Yep, I know a lot of people are going to be ready for Season 6, but you got to remember, you still got to finish the current season first. Playoffs and Chumps still have to be awarded here for this season, so a lot of these teams are still fighting out. We've announced our contender winners already, but we do have Challenger and Master Division still to come, and that is exactly what you're going to see on the board. This is a Challenger North semifinal, as these players are going to be working their way through AB. That will be in possession of Graphite now, so they will be scoring, but it's been a very low scoring game through the first minute and a half or so. Graphite will finally pick up AB. This is, I mean, in some cases the preferred hold. It depends on the team, honestly, what you'd rather have. I mean, I like AB, but I know a lot of teams like CB because you can trap the players inside a garage on their way out. But AB is just, I mean, B is so close to you. You can't not like it.
AB lockdown currently in a position of scoring. Graphite is progressing here into this 3rd round with a little bit of momentum under the belt early on. But we see Sugas wanting to rip that rug out from underneath of their feet. He takes the A site, now putting the Str8 Tilted team in a position of scoring as they're trying to minimize that deficit. They're going to do exactly that now with halfway there, really, with the half the amount of points total. Sugas slapping that overshield on his chest, and he's going to be moving back to control this site and keep his claim. A little bit of an engagement here. See the perspective of Sugas with 4 kills and 2 deaths. He's able to get 1. He's able to get 2. He's going to go for this site as well. What a great play there from Sugas.
I mean, he took the original fight inside of A as well, and this is actually going to be a trip cap, it looks like, because you've got Judge Imino over here on towards A. They're going to have all 3 points. C is finally going to get picked up, and it looks like a player did pop into A as well, and that is going to be Karma Goes Hard. He's going to be in that fight, in that engagement, does end up falling. I'm not exactly sure what that was on the ground. It looked like the EOS, but it wasn't, apparently, as John's going to be here and on towards B. So again, it's all across the map, these fights, but that's a trip cap for Str8 Tilted right now. They're going to be picking up a good chunk of points there as they lose A, but that is going to force a reset out of Graphite, and that is going to put them at a bit of a disadvantage for the next few seconds.
Man, Str8 Tilted in a position of scoring still yet. Have doubled the overall points, really came out really strong. We have not seen Graphite score now in a while, though. But Str8 Tilted, great gameplay there from Sugas. We saw good execution from Jejimino. And the AB lockdown seems to be working really well for them. And, you know, as we progress here toward the first half of the third game here in this series between Str8 Tilted and Graphite.
Yep, I mean, this is a push now. C-side coming from Graphite. They're charging forward 4 strong. Shogas is going to fall. Ezel is also going to fall. It's going to come down to Dirty Brains and Jajemino inside of B. It's going to be popping out. They're going to find one. Going to have to back away as he eats that nade. He's going to repulse him off the map for the second. The defense is holding at the front door here. As I think he just tried to, like, counter repulse basically the player off of the map. He's somehow still alive. Dirty Brains has played this fantastically, just staying alive. Finally goes down, but he's bought his team so much time across the map. That's going to be a perfect there from Ezel, looking to make it a 2, and he does make it 2. They're going to make it a third there over on towards B. And again, they're just getting all the ticks they need right now.
115 points. All 3 sites have captured. That's double points. But it looks like, you know, they're going to capture C site. That it's so difficult to have all 3, but even if you have all 3 for 5 seconds, that's total of 10 points. It's worth it, man. You know, any extra time you can milk to get that extra lead, it's so totally worth it. Almost halfway, over halfway to victory. We're gonna see Str8 Tilted progress. 3rd series of the match. They want this win under their belt. They want to be able to have a lead so that way they can confirm this victory. But we're in what could be a series of 5 matches between these two teams, and this is playoffs. There's a lot on the line for these two teams as they want to finish this season strong. But you know, Strongholds, 165 points under the belt. Str8 Tilted is just doing a great job at keeping Graphite on the ropes.
I mean, something to note too is that the kills are basically in favor of Str8 Tilted right now. Graphite has not been winning a lot of these gunfights, and it's kind of reflected in the score when you're down 190 to 28. But Graphite is just not there. Their guns are not as alive as they were on the previous map. I'm not sure what it was, or maybe just Str8 Tilted is just significantly better at live fire. We never know. But right now, it's sure looking like it's their favorite map because they're about to hit the 200 point mark. And Graphite has not hit 30. This is impressive.
This is like some of the moment when you got to kind of stop and you got to reassess. You know, like, what are we doing? What can we be doing differently that can contribute toward less of this downward spiraling trend? And I would be looking at my teammates like, guys, we only have 30 more points and we're done. 30 seconds and this game could be over. What are we gonna do about this?
Well, the answer right now is apparently cap A. Unfortunately, you are going to lose C, and it's going to be in the hands of an overshielded Dirty Brains, who actually gets bopped from behind. So down he goes. The sniper is going to go over to the other team. So that is going to be A, though, going back in favor of Str8 Tilted. They're going to continue to cap some points. If you're Graphite, you got to go here. You really need to make a move, or you're looking at the next map staring you in the face, and that could be your elimination here. But they're going to be moving forward. A and B suddenly are all going to be touched here. You're going to see B should be going in favor of the side of Graphite, as they're going to get some nice body shots in there with the sniper. Not able to finish the kill, though. But B is going to be touched here. It's going to be contested. Suga is going to be around the outside, and that is just a flurry of Graphite players dropping here as Str8 Tilted also comes flying through. But Carino, captain, is here to save the day. Finds 2. Looking to make it a 3rd here as he bobs the 1 player back. And as the shots are not going to successfully, he finally does end up getting him in the very end. Graphite will re-secure B, as you're going to see the players working around the backside here. The sniper in the hands of Karma, 4 bullets remaining. And right now, I mean, this would be the hold of the century if they end up coming back on this.
Totally crazy, though, to think, man, they really could.
It's very possible right now. I mean, C will get touched here. There's going to be a player on top of it. The problem though is that if you're Graphite, you got to deal with that. It's going to pull all your players away, but you have to be there because you got to deal with the fact that if they cap, they're going to start scoring points. 10 more seconds to go. They're going to hop on towards A to try to prevent that, and that's what's going to happen. They will hop onto it, and they are going to be securing that point. Try to prevent some scoring, but you got to stay on that point because otherwise the clock or the points will still tick in favor of Str8 Tilted unless you fully capped it. That's going to be 2:45. 5 seconds is all that's needed. As we're going to see, Dirty Brains is going to come charging through. He is going to end up falling though, as Graphite is going to be there. Azel's going to drop one. He gets taken out by himself. That's all going to be down to John Jay at the very end here. He's going to end up falling, but Dirty Brains is the last player alive for his team, so they're not going to be able to do a whole lot with this advantage. So AB still currently in the hands of Graphite. The comeback is on. They're approaching the 100-point mark here, but you have to play basically perfect Halo from here on out, and unfortunately that's going to be one dropped. Azel's going to be traded back on towards. This is going to be the, well, there you go, the double kill there in the hands of Dirty Brains. He's looking to make it 3. He's going to make it a triple kill as well. Clearly insane. Last player alive. All your hopes and dreams are on this one man in front of you. He's going to get taken down for the unofficial overkill though, but C is going to be capped here. 248. This is so close.
Dude, he was so close. He got such a clutch, and then he lost A. They've been able to stay in this though. B site's being contested right now. A site's being grabbed. The Graphite is holding on by a thread right now toward the end of what could be the end of this game. Graphite almost has all 3, but look, Str8 Tilted going for C. Do they have B? No, they don't. They don't have B yet.
1 point. But they're going to be on towards B. There's 2 players here from the side of Graphite. There's going to be, it's a 1v1, but no, he gets shot in the back. So that's going to be B still held on. Graphite is going to cross the 100-point mark. So they are still alive, and that's a triple kill from the captain. Karino Vasuk is going to find 3. And this is the definition of your goal line stand right here. It's 2:48. 2 seconds is all Str8 Tilted needs. And this is kind of when you kind of start panicking because you realize, hey, you only need 2 seconds and here comes the enemy team. You have to stay calm in this scenario because if you keep feeding into the blender, you're just handing yourselves over to the other team, which is not what you want. They're going to trade 1 for 1. This is going to be Azel on towards A. Somebody from the side of Graphite has to be there, but that's 3 down. That's it.
That is it. GG. They've got confirmation. That's it, folks. The Str8 Tilted's been able to take playoffs, and we are now getting into the 4th game of this series between Str8 Tilted and Graphite. And man, this one's been a nail biter. This night has been a hell of a night of Halo. Thank you to Halo Rec League for providing this avenue for the growth of Halo to continue forward.
I mean, we are here to, I mean, it's for the fun of the players. That's all we really want at the end of the day is people want to have fun. They want to enjoy a game at some point over the course of a week, get off work, want to play, and we're offering a way to do that at the end of the day. So, I mean, right off the rip here, it's going to be Str8 Tilted with a bit of a lead. They are going to have that point secured, and they're going to get a little bit of time tick. But again, this isn't like the old King of the Hill that Sozer knows so well. Is that you have to fully cap the point or all your efforts go to waste. And that is going to be very critical as we progress through this map.
Yeah, it sucks to have everything you've worked for ripped out from underneath of you. But the new variations, scoring mechanics in Halo Infinite for both King of the Hill and Oddball can both leave you with a little bit of grief, as sometimes what you've worked for can really just be flushed away with a few wins. And now we're going to see kind of almost that happen. Initially, Str8 Tilted came in and were able to kind of show that they wanted to work for that point. They were halfway there. Well, they lost control of the hill, and Graphite did exactly that. Luckily, now that the third response is taking place, Str8 Tilted's kind of coming out on top, and they're inching ever closer to their first point. And man, just as they're about to cross over that precipice, we're going to see Graphite prevent that scoring from taking place.
Yep, I mean, Graphite will be there, but I mean, everyone's just getting smacked in the back. Everyone is appearing in a corner and then dropping. It does look like Str8 Tilted is going to pick up the point. They're going to get that camo as well, so the second camo of the game will go in their favor. Dirty Brains finds one up top, somehow stays alive on top of that. As you can see, the contest will come through, as Carino is going to be surprised. It's going to be a camo player, doesn't know that he's there, and that should be the point taken over, and there you go. First point on the map in favor of Str8 Tilted, and they're looking to close out this map, and with this, they will advance to the Chumps final.
Man, they really, really have a lot of potential here to confirm this victory and show Graphite that they're not going to be able to keep the record that they have. It's funny because Str8 Tilted and Graphite are coming into these playoffs with the same record. They both have 5 wins and 2 losses under their belt. So coming out of this, not only are we going to see the opportunity for Chumps to be lost, but we're also going to see a major degradation for the record for once you take away a loss from this. You know, 5 and 3 definitely doesn't look anywhere near as good as 6 and 2. It's just kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, too, season's over. Like, that's it. Your record actually is... Well, did you shoot the grenade out of the air?
Yep. No, I think it was on that platform. It's the pump nades, man. Those are positioned in such an opportunity that they're primed for remote detonation.
Man. So I saw the grenade that was in the air just kind of disappear, and I went, hang on a second. You can shoot nades when they're like thrown? I did not know that. I don't think that was the case, as you mentioned. It was probably the nades at the pump there. A Str8 Tilted is trying to get in at the cap of this point, but they're not going to be able to. So that's going to be 1-1. Graphite ties it up here. And that is, I mean, Karma Go Hard 10 and 7 right now, leading the lobby in kills. Has done a fantastic job just getting into the points really here. And that's going to be another kill. Dirty Brains here on board with 8 and 5 right now, trying to get around here for the defense of the second point with his team, as it's going to be Graphite on the outside looking in. This is a particularly hard point to just crack. I mean, it's similar to the oddball holes. This is a place where a lot of teams go to because it can be defended. And you can see for that very reason as well, it's hard to crack, but once you're in, you are in.
Tied the lead, and we're going to see Str8 Tilted make their work toward their second point here in this King of the Hill match at Recharge. A triple kill on the board as Zell shows his worth and was able to help his team continue their progress toward the second point. You see that shock rifle under the in the progression of Karma Goes Hard. 2 players currently 1 shot here in the Whirlpool area, and they both died at the exact same moment. Suga's getting that nice kill. I don't think he got that triple, but still worth it, and that's point confirmed. Not quite. Actually, we see contesting. How is this not being... There it is. That's the second point on the board for the side of Str8 Tilted.
Yeah, I gotta pick it up. I mean, hard earned. I mean, they just did a really good job of just locking out the side of Graphite from getting in, and that is going to shift us now down to the underground location that I am not a fan of, because you just throw a nade anywhere near it and you're inside it, you're probably going to take a considerable amount of damage because it's a grenade channel. But the team, I mean, look at where Str8 Tilted is set up. They are prepared for this. They are well versed in this mode. They know where they need to be, and I mean, it really helps when you're hitting your shots like that. Karma's going to be able to pick that one up. He's going to be working around the back. They know that he's here, though. Dirty Brains is going to pop him. Not far enough, though, to go off the edge of the map, so he will stay alive. But this entire point has been held solely by Str8 Tilted, and Graphite has not had a chance to get in here.
Man, oh man. This is the playoffs, and we're going to see Str8 Tilted continue their forward movement into a position of power in this game with 2 points under their belt and a lot of progress toward their third. Looks like Graphite's now on the response, as they've been occupying the hill now for a good amount of time, contributing toward a number of points toward this progress. But unfortunately, this hill particularly is a bit of a magnet for the explosive ordnance that Spartans will carry in the battle.
I mean, they just got evicted out of the point, basically. This is, I mean, the last second here, this should be the point going over to Str8 Tilted here. It was pretty close at the end there for Graphite, but unfortunately it will tick over. They were just evicted by force, basically, by the side of Str8 Tilted as they came roaring through with the nades and guns, took them out. We are headed back to P1 here. or excuse me, no, to P5. It's going to be Whirlpool and Graphite. I mean, you have to make your stand now because you give up another point. That is the end of it for you.
Third point is on the board, man. I mean, Graphite, that locker room talk must not have worked much, because about now is when Graphite's going to start kicking it into the gear. We're going to see him do things that they haven't done this game. Either that or Str8 Tilted's going to be able to continue with this final nail drive through the coffin and put Graphite out of their misery and move themselves into a position of power in this season. As the playoffs continue, guys, listen, Str8 Tilted still has control of this hill, and they're working their progress toward finalizing their position on the roster for this season.
I mean, they're already 2/3 of the way there. Graphite has not been able to get really close. They're just being cut off at all the necessary angles around the map. I mean, you can see the players are going to go in. That's going to be a nice 1-for-1 trade. Clearly Insane is going to be fighting here over near batteries, but they will clear out the Str8 Tilted players from the point. It's going to be Dirty Brains and Azale. The last two left. Azale is going to be coming up for respawn along with the rest of the team. So this will be Graphite's chance to get in there, get some tick points there. But they will get taken out once again. John with some great shots across the map is going to find two. Looking for Dirty Brains here as well, but his team is going to be on that point. That's exactly what you need. He has that camo as well. He's going to throw that one home. Will get that invisible. He's going to be on a nice flank here too, actually. That's a great kill on towards Azale. But his team's been knocked out of the point. He will be there for the double kill. They're going to take it back over. Graphite's looking in a pretty good position here to secure this point.
You're not wrong, man. And Graphite's able to mitigate this loss by getting their second point on the board. And that's a demonstration of them still putting in a little bit of effort. I think they really, you know, I've heard someone say one thing, that anxiety is a good thing. That, like, as a response to anxiety, if you prepare or you do something that makes you better, then anxiety is a good thing. And I think that Graphite has that. You know, it seems like right when the numbers on their screen are dire, that something happens within them, that their actions change and they become more formidable adversaries. And you know, let's see if that trend continues true. It's a lot to maintain. Sometimes that anxiety can cause stresses, which requires some respite. But you know, they need to be able to tie this lead and then gain the lead once again. 4 down on Str8 Tilted. I think that's a comeback. That's comeback material right there, if I've ever seen it.
I mean, something to note too, John Jay is currently at 25-15. He's just got his 26th kill of the game, leading almost everybody in the lobby by almost 10 points. No, it is 10 kills. He has 27. The next highest is 17. He is going off right now in this game, as the rest of his team seems to be backing him up as well. They're going to break through. They're going to take out the players that were here on towards the first point. You're gonna have John Jay, gonna have that stalker or the charge rifle in hand, gets a nice kill there on the Dirty Brains. Looking to make it 2 onto Azale. He's not able to do so as he ends up dropping at range. And the team from Graphite has been cleared out of the point as well, but it looks like they're in a good position to drop down here and pick these kills up. But Dirty Brains says no, Azale is gonna go down in the point. And I mean, this is just the chaos that you're looking for here. But again, Str8 Tilted has accrued a significant amount of time in this hill.
They sure have. I'm kind of just sitting here hoping that Graphite can sign their name on the bottom of the executed document that shows that they're at the top of the scoreboard for this game. Without reserving any funds, they have the pen to do so, or the pencil. Man, but that's gonna be it. Out from underneath, they just walked out into the middle and finished that point, and